Hey, welcome back. Y'all want to see Karceno at his finest, right? This the little tiki bar we got here, just chilling out, relaxing, spending some time here, hanging out. And we were going over some boxing questions. And I was asked some great questions in the wake of everybody screaming and yelling at me about Manny Pacquiao. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but some great questions were brought up. So let me kill the music and then we'll go from there. Alright. First of all, have you ever seen a tree like this? Y'all want to know what a Christmas tree looks like? A revolving Christmas tree with one light. And if I want two lights, bam. Then I could dim them. Tell you, this is one of the best Christmas trees you ever gonna see around. Then I could dim them all in. They blend. Oh, ain't that sick? Tell me that ain't sick. You gotta love it. You can just have them all on. It don't matter. Alright, back to the questions at hand. Look, first question I got was the one that really triggered this video. They said, well, if Manny Pacquiao takes this test and he comes up clean, does this make Floyd Mayweather look guilty? Or does it make him look stupid for taking his test? It's not about making sure he comes up dirty. They want Manny Pacquiao to come out clean, because that means this fight's going to go on without a hitch. He wants to just make sure, Floyd Mayweather does, rather, they want to make sure Manny Pacquiao is clean. That is and they said, why attack Manny Pacquiao? This wasn't chosen for no other opponents. It wasn't for Haddon, Delahoya. That was the second question I received the most of. Why just Manny Pacquiao? Those guys that you named before did not move up in weight and start knocking guys out. Okay, those guys were their natural weight. What Manny Pacquiao is doing is beyond what boxing is supposed to do. Boxers aren't supposed to do that when they move up in weight and do the things that he's doing. That's why it looks suspicious. Okay? And then they asked me about the the lawsuit that he supposedly is receiving. One, I don't think the lawsuit will ever reach court. That's just my opinion, because it shouldn't reach court. Not once did I ever hear them say, Manny Pacquiao is doing steroids, and I think he's doing steroids. You hear that mostly on YouTube. Mostly everybody on YouTube will come flat out and say, he's doing steroids, he's on roids. But nobody really said that. I don't think he's personally doing steroids. I think he's taking a supplement that maybe have some things in there that are legal, maybe they're not. But what I do know is his side of the camp is really, they all need to get together in a huddle and decide what statement are they going to make. One guy makes a statement that makes some sense, then the other one makes a statement that they counteract each other. And it's like, what are they doing? Do these guys even know each other? I thought they represent the same fighter. Nobody's making sense. One guy, Freddie Roach, said, I can't give him a shake. Then he has a nutritionist saying that I give him everything he takes. So he doesn't know what he takes. And then this guy, Freddie Roach, is saying he's giving him something. Now, which one is giving who what? Why are you giving him a health shake and he has a nutritionist? So it doesn't make sense. It's just like people need to all get together in a huddle and decide what story that they're going to come up with and then feed it to the public. That's all we want. We just want a clean fight. If we can get a clean fight, I guarantee you will have no questions from me or probably nobody else in the world. We just want to see the fight. I want to see the fight so I can get my money. That's basically it. He doesn't pose a threat to me as far as beating Floyd Mayweather. You know that. Because Manny Pacquiao is there to be hit. If you're there to be hit, how can you beat Floyd Mayweather? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody in the world. I want to let y'all know I did get your questions when you were asking me what did I think about the situation with the little kid. And all I could say is he got parents. That's his problem. You know, the little kid out there boxing and running track at that kind of time in the morning, whatever, that's on his parents. You know, I personally, when I have my son or daughter out running at 2, 3 in the morning when they're 12 years old, you know, times have changed. Back in the day, that used to be suffice, but it's a different world. You can't just let your kids run out there like that time of night. So that's all I can say on that subject. But another subject that you guys are referring to that we'll probably get into is Oscar Delahoya's comments about, and here's Oscar's comment. Well, I think that Manny Pacquiao and he said Shane Mosley and Vargas, the punches all felt the same. Granted, he fought 2 guys that were roided up, and Mosley and Vargas. Trust me, those punches were nowhere near the effects Manny Pacquiao punches had. Because I used to have a video on here with an interview of Oscar De La Hoya saying Manny Pacquiao punches couldn't hurt him. And he said it numerous of times that Manny Pacquiao doesn't have the punch at welterweight to beat any of the welterweights. I have this video somewhere, probably still in my archive somewhere, saved. I got to put it back on YouTube because now they're my friends again, but they don't want to give me my old video. But I have him saying this and stating this on a video. And my whole thing is now you just ruin your credibility. Okay, we already knew Manny wanted to be tested. We didn't need to have you come around here and say this because it makes no sense. You just made yourself look stupid, Oscar, by making that statement. Because which one is it? You just said he didn't have any power at welterweight and that you could take all his punches. Now you're saying all the punches are the same. He needs to be tested. Your credibility is due, okay? So that's my opinion on you, Oscar, is pick a side. I know what you're trying to do, and I know why you're doing what you're doing, but you're throwing a monkey wrench in something that had nothing to do with you. Let's get this straight. The people who ordered the Olympic-style drug testing was the idea of Al Heyman and Leonard Ellerbe. There was no one else in between. Floyd Mayweather didn't even have. This was done without his knowing. They went in and decided to do this. They gave it to Richard Schaefer and said, this is what we are asking for. So Bob Arum knew about this test in advance. They agreed to it the next day it was presented. Okay? They didn't make it go public. They brought to public that Manny Pacquiao wouldn't accept it. They were the ones that brought it to public first by saying that they want Olympic-style drug testing, and Manny Pacquiao said, oh, okay, we take it. Now you had a problem with the randomness of the test. It had nothing to do with he didn't want his blood, it makes him weak, because you came up with like 45 different excuses why this was a problem. But I won't go off into that subject again because we're tail spinning back into that needle and HGH thing, and y'all already know where I stand. Peace.